importance of trade in all over the world cannot be overemphasized.
Trade is basically the lifeline of our economies, whether you're talking internal trade or external trade. If there's no trading going on, I mean, if you don't buy from the person who produces milk and various groceries and so on, that person will not produce, and therefore that person doesn't run a business.
That it's fundamental in this day and age for people to be able to get the access to the variety of goods and products that they're exposed to in the popular media, that they know is out there.
It really is about extending your ability to do business, to invest, to trade within an organized regional market.
You look at a lot of countries which don't allow integrated trade. That allows certain companies to monopolize certain types of commodities and drive the prices up. Once you have competition in that environment, when you go to the grocery, the cost of your bread, your milk, your eggs, all those kinds of things actually goes down.
Whether you try to protect yourself from your next door neighbor, globalization will bring in big players that will even kill your small enterprise that you might have and which you are attempting to protect.
Okay, if you think you're closing off a border because you're going to protect markets and you're going to protect businesses, it doesn't work.
Protection is short-lived. It's very temporary. And for governments, it's important to embrace a policy where you grow your economies based on some form of competitive abilities.
If you are moving goods from South Africa to, say, Zimbabwe, and at the border you have to pay duty, you then have to think of, do I have a competitive edge?
So the first step that was done is really to establish a free trade area involving the removal of tariffs at borders.
For example, tuna produced in Mauritius can get access to the South African market as well to the Zambian market, because the duty on tuna is less than the duty on tuna coming, say, from China or from another country. So they've got this market access.
So if we could get free movement of the goods, the traders in the countries, the person on the street trying to buy these goods is going to find it a lot easier, a lot less under-the-counter stuff, and hopefully far more goods being moved backwards and forwards.
Our objectives in trade facilitation is to ensure that we reduce the time and the cost of such a movement.
And that is a big advantage to trade and to businesses.
And I think that is good for the people of those countries in terms of jobs.
With more people who earning an income, that means I have a market myself, because then people can afford to come and buy some of the goods or services that I'm providing.
And therefore we're going to increase the appealing nature of these markets to retailers, to manufacturers and to producers.
And we've seen over the years that intra-regional trade has increased as a result of this liberalization of tariffs and the elimination of non-tariff barriers.
Often it used to be that trucks are stopped, there are roadblocks. So in the end, the cost of moving those goods becomes high.
And when you talk about an additional 75% on transport costs, that really hits at the lowest level of our societies and our communities.
And when you start doing a business across our borders, it becomes a bit more difficult, because then the other people have got their own rules as to what you can bring in and how it should be packaged, how it should be labeled, and sort of the qualities that they expect, and so on.
If everybody has one similar standard, then I can easily produce with one similar standard and then sell to 15 countries.
So it moves faster, but this will require a lot of coordination among countries, lots of negotiations to be able to do this. And this has been done in terms of customs and the movement of traffic across borders.
One of the biggest achievements has been that we have actually agreed that we do need regional integration. Yes, there are challenges in terms of implementing it, but the fact that we have signed up to various protocols, particularly the protocol on trade in SADC, means that we are a step ahead in terms of taking full advantage of an integrated region.
Let's develop our economies, let's make them more industrialized, and let's open them up so that we have bigger markets, and that allows people opportunities that for me are quite endless actually. On this continent with the number of people that we have, that's a huge market in itself, with the level of development that we still need to get up to. Those are opportunities for markets, for businesses, for enterprises.